She self-terminated our baby to get attention. Now I can't see her the same way. I never thought a single conversation could shatter my world. Sarah and I had been together for 3 years. She was my dream woman. Smart, funny, and compassionate. We talked about building a life together. A house, kids, family vacations. I thought we were on the same page. But recently, I found out something that's made me question everything. It started innocently enough. One night, we were reminiscing about our pasts. Somewhere in the middle of our laughter and shared memories, she dropped a bombshell. "I never told you this," she began hesitantly, her fingers playing nervously with the edge of her sweater, "but I was pregnant once." Before us, the room froze. My heart raced, but I managed to keep my voice steady. "What happened?" Her eyes darted away, and she whispered, "I terminated it. On purpose." The words hung in the air like smoke, suffocating and heavy. I knew people had their reasons, and I wasn't one to judge. But I needed to understand. "Why?" She hesitated, her voice trembling. "Because my parents didn't care about me. I thought maybe if they saw me going through something big, they'd finally notice me, you know? But when I told them I was pregnant, they didn't react the way I thought they would. They were angry, distant. So I ended it. It just felt pointless. I was stunned. This wasn't the Sarah I knew. Or maybe it was, and I just didn't know her as well as I thought. I spent days in a fog after that conversation. I wanted to be understanding. Everyone has a past, right? But this wasn't just about her past. It was about the choices she made and the reasons behind them. Her decision wasn't about financial struggles or fear of being a single mom. It wasn't even about her own readiness. It was about trying to manipulate her parents' emotions. And when that didn't work, she ended an innocent life. I couldn't stop thinking about it. If she could make a decision like that so impulsively, how could I trust her when it came to building a family with me? Would she make rash decisions again if things didn't go her way? I tried to talk to her about it, but every conversation turned into a fight. "It was my choice," she'd yell. "I don't owe anyone an explanation for what I did back then." But it wasn't just about what she did back then. It was about what it meant for us now. The more I thought about it, the more I started noticing other red flags. Sarah had always had a complicated relationship with her parents. They were distant and emotionally unavailable, and I knew that had left scars. But now I saw how deep those scars ran. She was constantly seeking validation. From me, from her friends, even from strangers on social media. If she didn't get enough attention, she'd sulk or pick fights. It was exhausting. I started wondering, was she even ready to be a mother? Would she put our future kids through the same emotional roller coaster she'd been on? One night, I brought it up again. "Sarah, I love you, but I'm scared. I need to know we're on the same page about what it means to build a family." She rolled her eyes. "Not this again. You're acting like I'm some kind of monster." "I'm not saying that," I said, trying to keep my voice calm. "But I need to know you've learned from the past. That you've grown." Her face hardened. "You don't trust me. That's what this is really about." She wasn't wrong. I turned to Reddit because I didn't know where else to go. My friends couldn't give me unbiased advice, and therapy felt like too big a step to take without her. I posted in a relationship advice forum, laying everything out. The responses were a mixed bag. Some people told me to run. "This is a huge red flag," one commenter wrote. "You can't build a family with someone who makes impulsive decisions like that." Others were more sympathetic. "She was young and probably in a bad headspace," someone said. "Talk to her, but don't write her off just yet." I wanted to believe she could change, that we could work through this. But deep down, I wasn't sure. Things came to a head a few weeks later. We were at dinner, and I brought up the idea of couples counseling. "I think it could help us," I said carefully. She scoffed. "Why should I have to go to therapy just because you can't get over my past?" "It's not just about your past," I said, struggling to keep my frustration in check. "It's about our future. I need to know we're on solid ground before we take the next step." She threw her napkin down. "You're impossible. If you can't accept me for who I am, maybe we shouldn't be together." The words hit me like a punch to the gut. It's been a month since that fight. Sarah and I are technically still together, but things are strained. I've been sleeping on the couch and we barely talk. I keep replaying her words in my head. If you can't accept me for who I am, the truth is, I don't know if I can. I want to believe people can change. I want to believe she's not the same person who made that decision all those years ago. But every time I look at her, I feel a knot of doubt in my chest. I don't know what to do. Reddit, if you've made it this far, thank you for reading. I need advice. Can trust be rebuilt after something like this? Or is it time to walk away?